Solar is growing at a very fast rate, but still there are people who want to understand the cost implication of installing a solar panel.
Solar used to be very, very expensive. It actually used to be only be used by telecom companies and all these multinationals. And the price has come down drastically. The first thing where normally solar goes wrong is the design. I always give it 60% is design, and then 40 is implementation. That's a mistake some of us do in the market. They just come, they take 10% of design time. When they go to site, the system doesn't work.
What satisfies you most when you see a home that was in darkness lit up?
The most fulfilling is to go into a village and saw people using smartphones because they're able to charge them with solar. This is bringing the world to everybody anywhere.
They are globally connected.
They are globally connected.
You are right in time for another episode of the Executive Review Podcast. And today we are talking about accelerating access to sustainable energy. I'm joined by a guest who has been in the game and has a lot of wisdom to share. Mr. Musyoki Kilili, welcome to today's conversation.
Thank you, Mr. Okida.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here and I look forward for the conversation.
Yeah. Actually, I'm looking much more forward to this conversation because of your wealth of experience around this sector. First forward, I would want our viewers just to have a bit of background about you, knowing that you have played the game for a while.
Thank you very much. I can say I'm a pioneer. I easily call myself a pioneer in this game. Having been in this system for the longest, I actually did my first renewable systems in the year 1995. So I can say I'm over 30 years in this game.
Most of the Kenyans were not born that time because 65% of the country is below the age of 25. And that means they were not born by the time you're doing your first renewable energy.
It's true.
Yeah.
I have a vast experience, having been there this longest. Before I set up my company, I worked for 9 years in a solar company before I ventured into my own company. And since then, I'm not looked back. I've been a partner in this market. I've seen it change, evolve in a very, very big way. When we started, solar was only for the rural area where there's no power. But solar has changed in a very, very big way in this country and has really helped a lot of people access energy in a cheaper way, which they will not have accessed in their lifetime.
While talking about solar, I want to put this conversation in context. 20 years ago when probably you were starting the business, Africa was largely considered a very dark continent because it was in the blackout. There was no access to national grid and there were not so many solar installations either. But you have seen the evolution, you have seen the transition. I want you to just give us a picture of how the continent looked like when you started, the kind of challenges that households were going through, who have eventually become your clients, and now they are no longer facing the same challenges. 20 years journey.
It's been a very interesting journey. The first solar systems, we used to install them in remote areas where there was no power at all. I remember a school I went to in the northern Kenya side, where after we installed the system, we switched on the light, and the whole village came to see it. They thought it was magic.
Man.
They thought we were touching a wall, and the room is becoming. They could not even see the switch.
You were the Thomas Edison of that
area. They had never seen a light before. That tells you we've come from very, very far away. People had never seen light. They saw a light at that time. Even torches in those villages, they did not even have torches. They were using firewood to see. And solar has really evolved, and you're able to have solar now lighting in very, very remote areas where the grid will never get
reach,
there. Hundreds of kilometers away from a national grid. So solar has been the game changer for people like that who are hundreds and hundreds of miles away from the main grid line.
So what exactly do you do?
PowerPoint is a solar... we do engineer, procure, and construct an EPC company. We have engineers. We do the whole scope of solar. You come in, we listen to you. We are able to design up to complete a turnkey system. You come into our system, we give you a complete system. Because having experience, we've been there. We have worked with the major world biggest manufacturers of equipment.
Yeah.
So we know once you come into our place, we sit. The first thing where normally solar goes wrong is the design. I think it takes, I'll always give it 60% is design.
Is design.
Not running to the install. If you get it wrong in the design,
You get it wrong in the rest of the
it
process.
will never work.
It will never work.
So I always say sit on your table for 60% of the design time, and then 40 is implementation. That's a mistake some of us do in the market. They just come, they take 10% of design time. When they go to site, the system doesn't work. That's where we have problems in solar system.
Yeah.
But where you take time to design, solar system, I have solar systems that have been running for the longest, for over 20 years.
So break down the EPC a bit further so that we understand the A to Z of your journey, of your operational journey with a client.
When you walk into PowerPoint, the first thing you say you want solar, we'll ask you, you'll have to sit with our design engineer. You tell him what exactly you want to power with the solar. He listens to you. You have a conversation. It's not an off-the-shelf product. Solar for your solar and my solar is completely different. Two identical houses have different solar system. So I say solar is usually unique to every home. Because you have a TV here, you watch it for 5 hours, I watch it for 2 hours. That means our solar systems are not the same. So that's why we really listen. We have to really listen for us to design your system, which fits you and might not fit your exact first neighbor. So there's a lot of listening in solar.
That's what you call the design stage.
That's a design stage. And that's why I say 60% of this, the whole scope, 60% is the discussion and understanding what you want to power for how long, what is the rating of your equipment.
And then what next after that?
After you do the design, we go into the cost.
So you discuss the cost to the client, you propose various budgets.
First we agree on the design. We are able to, then we give a cost. Then we give a cost for the system. We are also, the customer now already he knows what makes his system too small or what makes it too big, because they are all line items. You have an iron box here, you want to use it for 3 hours. If you reduce that, it reduces the size of the system. If you find you need to increase, if you increase, you find the system growing. So it's actually a conversation.
It's a conversation.
Because at the end of the day, I'll do the system.
It's like you've given the client an opportunity to write their own quote.
True. That is it. Because they are the ones who will use this microwave for 1 hour, this TV for 3 hours. So I want them to own it and understand the design. Because that's the other thing. You could be having a perfect design, but if the users don't understand it, then the whole system will not work. The user needs to understand how it works.
And how it works. Very good. So it's after that you'll now proceed to the field work, to doing the actual work of installation.
After now we are happy with the design. We are in the same level with the customer and us. Now we head to the site. Where now we do the installations. We send first our engineer to do the health, because most of the solar we install them on the roofs. Before we go there, we have to make sure that roof can actually carry our solar. So we do a health test for the roof to make sure that it's able to take our technicians working there. We structure design of the roof. He might not know he did a roof. So we have to send somebody to make sure that when our people are there up safe, or his equipment is up there is safe, because we know places where you just go put equipment, is too heavy for the roof,
the roof collapses.
It curves in. And now that becomes another big story. I was looking for power, and now you are forcing me to buy another roof. There's a lot of other things you look at before even you go up there to put the solar. You have to be 100% sure that roof can carry what you want to take, because most of these houses, when they were being designed, the engineer doing the design did not envisage a time that some other kilos will come on top. So we normally do look at that. If we find it's not strong enough, then we reinforce the roof structure before we do anything.
Before you do anything.
Before we do anything, because safety comes first. Safety is number one for us.
Safety is number one. That is very good. I want us to embark a bit on the discussion about the grid and Kenya being connected, whether it's grid or solar. The rest of the world, especially the Americas, Europe and Australia, I've traveled quite a bit in some of those areas. And when you're in those places, you rarely see a black part of the country, because anywhere where people are living, you'll see lights on when it's night. And also, you rarely see blackouts. They're always connected. How comes that Africa was left behind in this game? And what can we do so that we bridge the gap? What are you doing so that we bridge this gap and increase access to sustainable energy?
Africa, biggest challenge is we are a developing continent.
Yeah.
You must have gone through a road today. Tomorrow you pass there are new apartments.
Yeah.
There are new houses. All these things were not in the initial design of electricity supply. That is a very big challenge we have.
Yeah.
Yeah. You designed, the transformer was designed for 10 homes.
And now
within 2 years, you find 100 homes in the same place.
Yeah.
So you find that you are overloading that system.
Yeah.
Because of the design. Nobody envisaged a time when you'll have 100 homes in that place. They did a design of 10, now you have 100 homes in the same place.
Yeah.
The supply line has not changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that calls for a lot of downtimes on the transformer, on the lines. All the lines in this country are really under a lot of stress.
Yeah.
And that's why they snap anytime, because the growth rate is so fast, that the grid company cannot catch up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the biggest challenge. And that's why now we see solar coming in to save the situation.
Yeah.
If everybody who could afford solar could go solar, will actually help the grid company in a very, very big way.
Yeah.
Because we remove the heavy load from the grid, and it will only supply the equipment that only need to supply by the grid.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people who can afford solar, they are able to remove the stress on the national grid.
On the national grid.
On the national grid.
Wow, and talking about still access to solar, this is one of the forms of energy which are considered to be clean. What are you doing just to make sure that people are aware that this is more than just connectivity? It is also something to do with sustainability, because across the country, initially we could see there are many other forms of energy, but it is important that the people know what every form of energy is doing. What will you advise the population around energy and solar as regards sustainability and these SDGs?
Yeah, solar as our PowerPoint, we have what we call trainers. We train people. Every village we go, we make sure we train somebody on installation, on how it works.
Yeah.
We normally, all our system, we have hundreds and hundreds of a system in this country.
Yeah.
But in each and every place we go, we train a technical person in that.
Yeah.
And he becomes an ambassador of solar. We have thousands of ambassadors of solar in this country.
Yeah.
Every village, I make sure that we go, we identify a person as our ambassador.
Yes.
In case that system has a problem, he's the first one to come and check and call us and tell us what's the problem. So all these ambassadors, they're also spreading the word into the various villages they are in. So that's how we are making sure that the access to energy is going deeper and deeper, because we don't do an installation without actually identifying somebody in that area who becomes an ambassador for solar.
Now, solar is growing at a very fast rate, but still there are people who want to understand the cost implication of installing a solar panel for themselves and implementing solar power in their homes and in their institutions. Maybe give us a rough overview of the cost of having solar at home.
There are two ways of looking at it. Do you want energy independence, or do you want reliability? Or because there are people who don't
We want to look at someone like a teacher back in the countryside who has a house and they're connected to the national grid, but they're thinking of implementing solar because they want a little bit more reliability and they want also to save cost. But the installation is quite a big mathematics. So we just want people to have a general understanding that this is how you can implement solar with the basic income in the society.
Yeah, having been in this sector for like 30 years, I can tell you solar used to be very, very expensive.
Yeah.
Very expensive. It actually used to be only be used by telecom companies and all these multinationals, because the manufacture of solar panels are only in Europe.
Yeah.
In the last 10 years, they moved to China.
Yeah.
And the price has come down drastically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because China
once the
has
factories
economies
went to
of
China,
production,
the price of solar have really, really come down. Yeah. Actually, when I was, the first time I went into the solar, we were buying 1 watt of solar for almost $5.
Man, that's
The
very
same
high
is half a dollar now.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's way low.
Big reduction.
It's a big reduction.
Yeah, so when I hear people say solar is expensive,
Yeah.
I know you didn't see what it was before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you basically say the initial installment cost is now very accessible and very affordable, that you'd advise anybody to save and put the investment there.
True, true. I'll advise that.
Yeah.
And the other thing is the usage. Solar, once you buy,
Yeah.
you look at it as, it could be looking big as you buy.
Yeah.
But they gives you, most solar panels come with over 30 years.
Yeah.
The new batteries are giving you 10 years.
Yeah.
And the inverters are also giving you over 10 years.
Yeah.
So once you invest this, it's something that you'll spend in the turnaround, the ROI now of our solar system with battery is about 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get your money back.
Yeah.
And then after that, you enjoy the rest of over 30 years free power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talking about affordability again on usage, once you have incurred the initial cost and now you having a panel at home or in your institutions, you're basically going to save as opposed to someone who will be paying electricity tokens to the national grid every month or every day they want to use energy.
Yeah, saving becomes immediately.
Yeah.
I installed solar for you today. You
Yeah.
start saving immediately.
Yeah.
If you are using 10 units,
Yeah.
I could reduce those two units from 10 to about 3. I could easily bring your electricity bill by 70%
Yeah.
by installing it straight away.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. In like 5 years, you're able to recoup your money back and now enjoy free power.
And I enjoy free power.
Yeah.
Now, I want us again to look at something which is very basic in the community. When a farmer provides food for the people to eat, their biggest satisfaction, most of them, is to see that there is no hunger in the community. People have food to eat. What satisfies you most when you see a home that was in darkness lit up? What kind of feeling do you get?
The most fulfilling is to go into a village and saw people using smartphones because they're able to charge them with solar. This is bringing the world to everybody anywhere. As when I was starting, people could not even have phones because you didn't have a way of charging that phone. But now with a small solar panel worth a system of 5,000 shillings, you're able to have a light and you're able to charge your phone. That person with the phone is open to the whole world.
Open to the whole
There's
world.
nothing he cannot do.
So
whenever I see somebody in a village where there is no grid line holding a smartphone, I really feel so nice.
Wow.
I feel this is somebody, we have taken him from his village, is able to see what Trump is doing in the States.
They're
real time.
They are globally connected.
They are globally connected.
Wow.
Yeah.
And recently we were in Alpha Glory School where you're implementing some solar installations there in partnership with Schneider Electric, who are one of your biggest partners. And we could see the transformation, a school that was literally grappling with a lot of issues around access to power, getting their children now able to use computers, able to charge their phones, able to light up their classrooms and study regardless of the time of the day. I think that is something quite fulfilling. Maybe you can say a bit more about that kind of arrangement with Alpha Glory School.
Yeah, Alpha Glory School, that was a CSR we did with our partner, Schneider. We went around listening to the needs of the needy schools around. So we got to that school and they told us, we have computers here. We plan timetables that this day will be teaching people about IT. Just to come in the morning and the whole place is off.
Yeah.
That calls for the teacher to think of something else.
Yeah.
You have the hardware, you have everything, but the only thing you are missing is the power.
Is the power.
Yet God has given us sun.
Yeah.
So we said this is needy, where we can turn in the sun that we've been given by God into helping these young ones.
Yes.
And since we have put that, we are also helping them. We have actually brought their bills down. Yeah, so they have reliable power.
Yeah.
A teacher plans for a lesson tomorrow.
And it actually
Is
happens.
confident
Yeah.
to let the students tomorrow will be doing IT subject.
Yeah.
Because he's 100% sure he'll have power.
Yeah.
Before they will tell them, if power will be there, we'll have our lessons tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, young brains.
Yeah.
You make them
You
start
make a
thinking.
promise, you need to keep
Yeah,
it.
you think you start they'll start thinking this life is not like assured.
Yeah, sure.
Because if your teacher can tell you tomorrow we have an IT lesson,
And it
and then to
doesn't
come in the morning it doesn't happen. You so these are growing minds, and you don't want to show them that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for confidence and showing them it can be done.
It can be done.
Yeah, and it has been done in that school now.
Yeah.
They plan and it works.
And it
They
works.
have power whenever they need it. They don't depend on somebody else generating
they're
their
in
power.
control.
They are generating their own power. They have become their own power generator.
You've basically accelerated access to sustainable energy in that school.
True.
Now, I want us to look at the various regions in the country and your area of service. There are people who feel like they come from areas that do not have sufficient sunshine, and therefore they take longer to make that decision to implement panels, solar panels and solar energy in their homes. What will you say to these people, and what is the technical understanding of amount of sunshine versus ability to implement solar solutions in our various households?
Yeah, it's true. A lot of people say my area has no sun. I'll not
buy
and they feel
the panels.
Yeah, they don't have that confidence to buy. Yeah, but technology is changing very fast, very, very fast. And there's new solar panels, they are photo, which means light. As long as you have daylight, they will charge. They'll
charge.
generate power.
Yeah.
As long as it's daylight. It's not the sun, it's the daylight.
It's the daylight.
It's a photo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a heat that generates.
Yeah.
It's a light. Yeah, once the light is there, it will generate.
It will generate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that has a cost implication to it because that looks like a.
There are areas
premier
where we
kind
are
of-
forced to, and again it comes to the design.
Yeah.
When we are sitting during design, we need to know exactly where you come from. There's a software which tells me your exact village, how many peak sunshine hours it's got. And that helps me to design your system.
Yeah.
So if you have more peak sunshine hours, then your solar becomes a bit smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have very few, then your solar becomes a bit bigger. It's all about, again, design. But the difference is not more than 30% from one place to another place. Maximum
nobody should
difference
get
is-
scared.
Nobody should get scared.
Because of
Scared. As long as we're around the equator,
Yeah.
everybody in this country can use solar,
Can use
and solar will give him value
Yeah.
for their money.
Let's go a bit international. You've spoken about being around the equator. When you travel to these countries abroad, especially Europe, you land at the airport, and the first few hundreds of kilometers out of the airport, one of the things that you are likely to spot is huge arrangements of solar panels, be it at the airport itself, be it by the roadside, be it if it's Netherlands, United Kingdom, Germany, most of these countries, when you travel to those places, you would see large solar panel farms being arranged in open places. And in Kenya, we don't see that quite a bit. Maybe talk about space and utilizing our spaces to install solar panels, and why the advanced world goes that direction, especially.
Yeah, I think it's about the economics.
Yeah.
It's definitely coming in this country.
Yeah.
Once the government allows people to generate power and they're able to sell the power to people who don't have, you'll find that becoming a business. In America now, they have what you call the net metering. You have a roof in your house, you install your solar, you generate for your use. If you have any extra, is able to feed back to the national grid.
Yeah.
At the end of the month, you get actually a paycheck.
Yeah.
I know people who get a paycheck
They get paid for having farms
for generated
for
solar,
generated solar.
which they feed to the national grid.
That's
That's
very
what
good.
we are asking.
That's patriotism.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think also in Kenya, it's taking shape, though in a slow way, because some of the malls, like in Nairobi, you'll see most of their parking areas and their rooftops have a lot of solar panels. And I think also Kenyatta University is doing very well with a solar farm. And probably we are going to see a lot of that, as you put it.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming in a big way.
Yeah.
But once IPRA approves, I know it's been having small challenges on approving
on
on the feedback tariff.
On the feedback
Once
tariff.
they give us,
Yeah.
or they give business people
going
are
to
good.
change the ball
Feedback
game.
tariff.
Yeah.
Everybody will build. You pay a building like this, you'll be able to generate. When you're not using, you sell the power to the people who are using it.
Yeah, and they should pay you for that.
Yeah, they pay you for that.
Yeah, so we have looked at 20 years ago how the continent looked like. It was dark, no lights on, and no access to solar installation. And you've spoken about the transformation, but we are not yet there. Where do you see the continent now in the next 10 years as regards to access to sustainable solar energy?
We have a very good continent.
Yeah.
And with the renewable energy, I think we might end up selling to the other continents' power. Once we build the power plants you are saying,
Yeah.
because we have the Sahara, you can put a plant there that you are able to export power even to Europe.
To other countries.
Yeah. So I can see it's actually catching up.
Yeah.
Solar will be, Africa might end up being the biggest solar plant in the world.
Yeah.
We will end up build the biggest solar plants in the world because we have the sun, 12 months.
So we have barely scratched the ground.
We are barely.
There's a lot more. There's a lot more to see in the sea.
Yeah, there's a lot of power that a lot of factories will end up coming here because the African power soon will, once we build, because as we have said initially, the cost of solar is initial.
Yeah.
Once people build these plants and they recover their money, Africa will end up having the cheapest
Solar
energy in the world.
in the world.
Yeah, because we have 12 months of power.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sun is there for the 12 months and we are able to generate. There's just the initial capital that gives Africa a challenge.
Yeah.
But once we build these plants, but we get investors coming and building, you find, and we start getting the ROI back, you'll find people will bring their factories here and we are able to do a lot of production using the cheap energy from the sun.
Yeah. I'd want us to talk a bit about the kind of customers that you serve. You've spoken quite candidly about the households, but you also serve industries and institutions.
Yeah, we cover the entire scope. We cover the entire scopes. We are doing a lot of factories now. We are doing a lot of water pumping. People now, very few people are pumping water with electricity.
Yeah.
Because you don't need batteries.
Yeah.
During the day, you pump your water, you store it in a reservoir tank.
Yeah.
In the evening, you use gravity.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, the most pricey component in a solar system is the battery.
Yeah.
The battery is what is pricey. I mentioned solar prices have really come down, but the batteries are still very pricey.
And the inverters.
The lithium batteries.
Yeah.
No, you only,
The
but
batteries.
inverter, you only need one, but the storage and the solar, you bid depending on your usage.
So the batteries are for storage.
Yeah, the storage energy. So that's why you find these days, to make sense, you have to pump water with solar.
With solar, because you pump it in the day.
You pump it in the day, in the evening. You don't need storage.
Yeah, you don't need storage.
And the price of that system goes down by almost more than 70%.
Yeah.
With battery and without battery.
Yeah.
You pay 30% for a system without battery.
Yeah. And you also support industries.
We support a lot of industry, a lot of schools.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of dispensaries. We did under Schneider,
Yeah.
a number of dispensaries in Kisii,
In Kisii.
where they were actually like local maternities.
Yeah.
Actually, after we put those systems, before then we were getting children die because, ladies are, when they're just about, the power is gone, they have no other way of getting power. But now after we put the solar, they've never lost any baby. They've never lost any baby. Wow. We have 3 case studies of 3 dispensaries in Kisii that solar changed the life of those villages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that is life-changing implementation of technology. That's something to be encouraged across board. And maybe what we can do as a nation is to look at policies around the framework of solar. You've spoken about some limitations with EPRA. If you sat at the helm of policy, what is the one thing you will change if you just had one thing to change at the helm of policy around the solar energy ecosystem?
I'll really open it up for the feed-in tariff. I feel that's a game changer, allowing people who have more power than they're using to generate and are able to sell it for the industries and people who don't have solar plants. That is actually the game changer. Once we get right the price of the feed-in tariff, the price is right. A lot of people will be ready to build power plants and to sell the power.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just need a solar panel and an inverter and then you're able to send the power to the grid.
To the grid.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, thank you so much. I would want to give you an opportunity to give us any parting shots for our listeners who has been following this conversation about your journey of 20 years, giving communities and households and industries access to sustainable energy, and also being able to save lives, like you've given us a case in Kisii, and also observe the evolution around energy sector and lighting up the continent and our world, and the policy issues. Give us a parting shot.
Yeah, my parting shot is to encourage each and every Kenyan to use solar as a way of life. Solar is energy that is very, 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 very cheap. You look at the long run, and also the feeling that you are generating your own power, you are controlling your own energy generation, is a big, big fulfillment. Whenever I go to a school, I find people working using energy, using solar energy. I really feel these are people who otherwise would not be doing anything. But because of solar, they are able to do businesses. So I think solar is one of the biggest thing that the government should focus on. And I tell you, it can employ millions of people in this country. You know, the bikes are coming, like EV vehicles are coming. So there is a big, big opportunity in the renewable solar sector that we have not even done 0.1%. I'll encourage the government to train a lot of people on solar systems because the future is green.
And indeed, the future is green. Thank you, Cosmas Musyoki Kilili, the CEO of PowerPoint Energy, and we have been having a conversation that is very important for this country. You have heard that just giving a hospital access to sustainable energy through solar can even be able to save life, like we have seen in the example of Kisii. Lighting up schools and communities, like we have seen in the example of Alpha Glory School in Dagoretti, Nairobi, and many other examples. Musyoki, you have given us an example in Turkana County where a whole community came to see the lights, and you became the Thomas Edison of the village. What a wonderful conversation. I've been your host, Rick Okinda. This is the Executive Review Podcast. We drop an episode every week, and subscribe so that you never miss an episode. It's been a pleasure hosting you, and thank you for keeping up all the way to the end. Thank you so much.